Hey everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to make homemade gravy. But before I start, I just want to mention that this video is a collaboration with Nikki from Carrie Grace, and she's also posting her recipe and her technique for making homemade gravy over on her blog. So I will put a link to her post down below so you can go check that out and see how she makes homemade gravy. I'm excited to check it out too. I don't know what her technique is. Everybody has their own little technique, so be sure and check that out after you watch this video, of course. Okay, let's get started. First of all, I want to show you the things you need to have set up before you begin the gravy. Gravy is very hands-on. Normally you have to do it at the end of your meal preparations because it has to be done at the end because you have to have the stuff that comes out of the meat when it's cooked. So you have to do it after the meat comes out of the oven. So this is what I have here in my pan. I have a roaster from roasting a whole chicken. And that's everything that was in the bottom of the pan after I took my chicken out. It's over there, hanging out. It's gonna just rest for a few minutes before I slice it. Then I have a mason jar with 2 tablespoons of flour. Some people use cornstarch, but I really have had better success with flour. So this is 2 tablespoons, and I have that ready to go. I have some chicken stock, just because a lot of times when I roast the chicken, there's not enough drippings in the pan to make a really good amount of gravy. So I have some chicken stock just to add to it. If I cook something in the crock pot, like a pork roast or something, where I've already added apple juice or another kind of sauce, there's plenty of liquid and I don't have to add anything. But with my roast chicken, I usually do. You don't have to make your gravy in this pan like I am. If your pan doesn't work on your stove or it's too big or too awkward, you can certainly transfer it into a smaller saucepan or a skillet. I just prefer to cook the gravy in this pan because, as you saw, there's all these really good brown pieces of chicken goodness down there that you want to make sure and be able to get into your gravy. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the burner on about as high as it'll go. When it comes out of right out of the oven, it's super hot, but this has been sitting here for a few minutes, so it's not quite as hot as it was when it came right out of the oven. So I'm going to get up to temperature, and once it's up there, I will show you how to make gravy. Okay. I've got my heat going pretty well, and I'm just scraping the bottom of the pan to get all that stuff off the bottom of the pan while the heat is underneath it. I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken stock. You can see it's boiling right there. That's where the burner is because this pan's bigger than my stove. So I'm going to just add some chicken stock. Okay, while that's heating up, I'm going to take my flour and I'm going to just put like a 1/4 cup of cold water in there. I like to get it right out of the spigot so I know that it's cold. And then I'm just going to put the lid on really tight and shake this vigorously to combine. Okay. You can stir it up, but I have really found that the mason jar method really gets it nice and combined. So I'm going to look and make sure that there's no lumps or anything in my mixture. It's all good and ready to go. Alright, this is very important. Anytime you're adding liquid into your gravy, you're going to whisk while you're pouring. And you will know immediately if your gravy is not going to turn out, because when you pour the flour mixture in, it immediately starts to clump, or you have little gummy pieces that end up in your mixture. You know that gravy is ruined, and you'll have to just go to the canned gravy. So I'm going to go as slowly as I can while this is still, I'm going to turn down just a little bit, medium-high heat. So it's still boiling, but not quite as much. Slow stream here. Just get a little bit and kind of work it in. You can see right there how it's already gotten really thick. Of course, if you have a smaller pan, it won't separate like that. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Add just a little bit more to make it a little bit thicker. And of course you can make your gravy as thick or as runny as you like. I'm going to turn my burner all the way down to low now. Keep stirring and make sure it gets all incorporated. That looks really good. So now I'm going to taste it. It's probably going to need a little bit of salt. Yep, just a little bit. A little bit of extra pepper in there. Perfect. So that's how you make homemade gravy. Now that it's all done, you can just leave it on the burner on low, or even turn it off all the way if you want to, while you put all the dishes on the table, fill the glasses, whatever you have to do last minute. Then right before you put it in your gravy dish, just turn the heat back up a little bit just to warm the gravy up, and give it a good whisk. And if there's like a film on top or anything, just make sure you pull that off and don't put that in your gravy dish because that's gross. And then you'll be ready to go. That is how I make homemade gravy. Everybody has their own technique. That's what works for me. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, if I can clarify anything for you, just leave a question down or a comment down below and I'll be glad to answer that for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you will make some homemade gravy for yourself. Thanks. Bye.